3 ways that real estate professionals can use ChatGPT in 2024. Let's go. Hey everybody, Katie Lance here, and I'm so excited to share a few tips for how you as a real estate agent can use ChatGPT to grow your business in 2024 and beyond. Let's get into it. Tip number 1, create a FAQ on your website. So I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have a website. And did you know one of the great things that you can put onto your website is a frequently asked questions section? Now, if you've never done this before, think about all the questions you get asked all the time. You know, things like who pays for what, or how to find a lender, or what are the biggest mistakes first-time home buyers make. Those questions you get time and time again. But when we think of FAQs, sometimes we get a little stuck because we're so close to our business, right? This happens a lot when agents are trying to write a bio. I know this happens to me. If I'm trying to write something about myself, it's hard because we're so close to the subject, right? And side note, ChatGPT is also great for writing agent bios if you need help with that. But when we think of FAQs, you can go into ChatGPT and say something like, I am a local real estate agent in Dallas, Texas, and I am looking to add a FAQ section to my website. Can you come up with 10 or 15 compelling ideas? And it's going to spit back a bunch of ideas that you could add to your website. Of course, read them over. We don't want to just blindly copy and paste and throw them on your website. But once you have that and you can put that on your website, first of all, that's going to help your website in general in terms of SEO and searchability, but also that's going to give you 10 or 15 ideas that you can actually then turn into content. You know, if you're also looking for reels or video content or content for any type of post you might be doing in Canva, well, those FAQs you can put on your website, you could also translate those into maybe a series that you do, or once a week, maybe you've got a Tip Tuesday where every Tuesday you're sharing a new tip or an FAQ. It could be FAQ Friday, and you're sharing a quick 30-second to 60-second tip. So use that in ChatGPT. Again, small thing that can really make a big difference. Tip number 2, use ChatGPT to brainstorm content ideas. So I mentioned this a little bit in our last video. In fact, we'll link to that because that's a great resource, a great add-on to everything we're talking about here today. But honestly, when it comes to content, a lot of folks, especially in real estate, get really stuck when it comes to content ideas. So one of the things I would encourage you to do is to go into ChatGPT, let ChatGPT know who you are, right? So you're going to start off the prompt with something like, I'm a real estate agent in Denver, Colorado, and I need you to come up with 20 great, simple content ideas that I can use to create a reel or a TikTok video. And it could be 20, it could be 5, it could be 10, whatever that number might be, and it's going to come back to you with a number of ideas. And it's a great place to start. You know, one of the things I keep saying about ChatGPT is it's not going to replace you, it's just going to help you get there, right? If it can help you get there 25% of the way, 50% of the way there, I know I use it often to brainstorm content ideas, and I'll take a look at that list, and then I'll really think about who our audience is, massage that, make it our own. One of the things I'll mention when you're brainstorming is really think about who your ideal client is. And in a video we did a couple weeks ago, I'll also link to that, we talked about creating personas of who you love to work with, like the people that just get you fired up. And this is actually a really interesting exercise to do before you brainstorm for content ideas. So we'll also link that below. I find that that's really helpful just to really narrow in on who are your people, who do you love to work with. Tip number 3, use ChatGPT to create social media captions and generate hashtags. All right, this is a big one because I know from experience, oftentimes I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see your reels and they're great. They're really engaging. You're on camera, or maybe you've turned the camera around and you're showing something really cool in your business or a new listing, or you're showing, you know, something really cool in your community. And then I notice that you're not getting a whole lot of engagement. Maybe your views are low, or your likes are low, or there's no comments. And I know from someone as myself, as I'm putting out content, that can feel really frustrating. So as I start to dig into what the problem is or why that may be happening, sometimes it's because there's not a lot of context in the caption. Right? See, it's one thing to get on camera or share a piece of content in a video, but the caption is actually really important, right? So oftentimes, for example, on Instagram, I will put out a quick video and I'll say something like, read the caption below for more information. And that's a great call to action, because when someone's on Instagram, if they have stopped and hovered and then they've scrolled down and they're reading your caption, now your video is probably playing again in the background. Those are all triggers to Instagram that people are interested in your content, which actually gets your content content in front of more people. So the caption is actually really important. The challenge with the caption, as a lot of us know, is, once you get the video up, it's like, okay, now I gotta think of the caption. And sometimes that's an afterthought. So what I would recommend, and something that we do, is once I record a bunch of videos, and you guys know if you followed me for a long period of time, I batch create a lot of my videos. I always say if I'm gonna do my hair and makeup and record one video, you better believe I'm gonna record like 5. So when I batch record a lot of my content, that same day I also will write the captions for what that content's gonna be when I post those videos. I don't post the videos right away. As you know, we like to space them out, but because it's fresh in my mind, because I've just recorded them, it's really easy to open up a Google Doc and write a quick caption. And often the caption is a little bit of a summary of what I said on camera, but it also might be some additional resources. It might be an additional call to action, like to download a guide or to point people to another helpful resource. And so I'm saying all this to say, if you are not strong at writing and you struggle with the captions part, ChatGPT can be great for this. And this is a huge time saver. In fact, I talked about this also in another video about how it can be a huge time saver. I used to spend hours writing captions, and now I can go into ChatGPT and say, I created 4 videos about this, this, and this. Can you give me some help coming up with a compelling caption in compelling hashtags, right? Compelling and relevant hashtags. And again, it's going to take you part of the way there. You can ask for emojis. I love to get that. And then based on what I'm given through ChatGPT and the fact that I've just recorded my content, I can kind of finagle it and really make it my own so it sounds like me, but I'm not starting from scratch. Okay, I would love to hear from you. What are you using ChatGPT for? Let me know in the comments below. And if you are ready to take your ChatGPT to the next level, I'm so excited. We have some good news. We have a ChatGPT masterclass that's coming up. We'll make sure to link that below. I'm so excited about that. It's all new for 2024, so make sure you don't miss out. And if you enjoy our style, if you enjoy this content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell button so you're notified when we have new videos each and every week. All right, we'll see you soon, and I can't wait to see what you create with ChatGPT.